Thank you. Okay, we're opening the meeting. It's April 24th. We have two members absent this evening, our Chair, Nazi Al-Khalasi, and Richard Semple were unable to be here, so therefore we're a board of three, which is adequate to have a quorum. We'll do some business, but not much. To my far right, Troy Larson, then Veronica Debonese, myself, Jim Akabachi. That's the meeting's called to order at what time? 6:32. The roll call I just did. Troy. Sorry, I'm taking notes as well. And Jim. Preliminary business, approval meeting minutes 4/10/24. I have looked these over. I didn't find any fault. Did anybody else have a chance to look them over?
I did not, but I'm fine if you
I,
feel
you know,
they're
we
okay.
usually do pretty good, so I'm gonna sign them. Oh, we need to vote on that.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, Troy?
Aye.
Veronica?
Aye.
Myself, aye. It passes. They're approved. We did it official. So we got that off. We got some business
Need
done.
to sign?
Huh?
Do you want
It's just the minutes. I'm the only one that has to sign them.
Oh,
I
good.
mean, you're welcome to.
Good, no, I don't want to.
Okay, so the minutes are approved. We have a preliminary business, 11 Bridge Street. They were looking for what they consider a minor modification, I don't know what it is, request. They knew the situation with the board numbers and elected to come back on the 8th of May. So that's continued. Do we need to vote to continue these things each time, do you think?
You might as well
We
vote.
might as well, just so that we can kill some time and be consistent, so our husbands and wives don't think that it's a different girlfriend this week.
You say so.
We're going to continue the 11th. Who's moving to continue the 11th to the 8th?
So moved.
11 Bridge Street, okay. In favor, Troy?
I'll now second it.
All in favor?
Oh, yeah, aye.
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 And aye, okay. 3-0-0. Okay, continue. And we're gonna do, I'm gonna do 2 for 1, unless you guys have an objection. Both 3923 and 4923 have requested to continue out to May 8th, and the time for the board to make a decision is continued out to June 5th.
No, so the Cranberry Highway, I believe that isn't that the one that we were talking about? That they were
3020
asking for a continuance till the 22nd, and they need to...
No, that was Elizabeth Lacerda, I thought.
Zequel, you know what, you're right.
Okay?
Yes.
So 2923 and 4923 are both looking to go to the next meeting, May 8th. They've both agreed to extend the time for the board to make a decision to June 5th. All in favor? Troy?
Aye.
Veronica?
I'll make a motion to
Yeah.
approve, agree
Yeah.
with that, right?
Yep. And myself, aye. So it's 3-0-0-3-0-0. Now we need a motion on 5423, Ezekiel, that's the one you were saying, May 22nd. That is going to be subject to them agreeing to move the time for the board to make a decision. Do you want to state the time that we'd make the decision by?
Yes, so they wanted to come back. I don't think they're even going to have their plans ready till the 22nd. So I think in order to avoid, I think we should just have it extended either to June 5th or the 19th, which would be the following meeting after when they
Let's take the
think-
longer, let's ask for as much time as
The
we can
19th.
get, and, yeah, June 19.
Okay,
So the motion is, by Veronica, the motion is to continue 5423 until May 22nd, and at the same time, subject to the applicant's approval, extend the time for the board to make a decision to June 19th. All in favor, say aye. Troy?
Aye.
Veronica?
Aye.
Myself, aye. Okay, that passes as well, 3-0. So we get some stuff done. Now we have two new public hearings, and we're going to read them both into the record. And I'm going to suggest that we continue, well, this sign design we should look at.
Should we open these now, since we,
No, we can. We can, so that gets them open.
okay,
They were advertised, that gets them open, that gets them on to the next.
right, but we won't discuss.
I just want to open Sergi
Okay,
and continue it. We just told some people that were here on Sergi to go away.
Okay.
So we really need to keep our word. On sign design, I'd like to discuss.
are those the,
Pardon me?
Attorney Morton.
She wants to
Hi.
talk?
I don't know if you can see me or not. I'm sorry. Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, it's my understanding reading that into record, and then I just asked for a continuance to, I guess, the next meeting, if that's what you guys so choose.
Sergi, you're talking about Sergi, correct?
Yes.
Yep, okay, that's what we're gonna do.
Okay.
We were just doing it in a very informal fashion, but making sure we all agreed before. So I'm gonna read it into the record, and right now, and, oh, look at this, there's money in here and everything. Oh, this is sign design. Wrong one, Sergi. You know, I got these new glasses, and I can see things now. It's amazing. My old ones were only 7 years out of prescription. I don't know why we rushed into it. The Zoning Board of Appeals will hold a public hearing on April 2024 at 6:30 PM in Room 320 of the Wareham Multi-Service Center, 48 Marion Road, Wareham, Mass. 02571, to consider petition number 10-24 for an appeal of building inspector notice of violation per the requirements of Article 3, Table 320, under the Wareham zoning bylaws to Joseph Sergi, care of Jillian Morton Esquire of 184 Main Street, Wareham, Mass., for the property located at 2 Sarah Beth Lane, Wareham, Mass. That appears on Assessor's Map 114D, Lot SB1, in the R130 zoning district. Go ahead, Attorney Morton.
So I'd just like to request a continuance so we can have at least a 4-member board, and I'm looking for May 8th, if that works for everyone.
May 8th works for us.
Great.
Do we see any need to extend the time for a decision? I don't think at this point we do, no. So just a continuance to May 8th.
Great.
I'll make
Thank you
the
so
motion.
much.
to continue to May 8th?
Okay. Consider it a motion and a second.
Second.
Okay, all in favor, Troy,
Aye.
Veronica, and myself, aye. It passes 3-0-0. One item on the agenda left for business that we should open, read in, and we could probably pass the file around and discuss. I don't, is the sign company here? Why don't you come up and at least, we may end up encouraging you to speak, but I used the word may. I'm going to hand these to my associates. I think we will let you speak because, again, our chair and our other member can review the video or the minutes and get up to speed, and then it's as if they were here. I'm going to pre-warn you that after I read this in, I'm going to pre-warn you that we're probably going to continue though, so that we can make sure that you have enough members here to vote. But we'll listen. Maybe we will, maybe we'll maybe you'll convince us that you can be approved by 3 of us. Doesn't require a supermajority. But if you get the feeling that one of the 3 of us isn't going to vote for you, you might be smart to request a continuance. So the Zoning Board of Appeals will hold a public hearing on April 24th, 2024, at 6:30 PM in Room 320 of the Wareham Multi-Service Center, 48 Marion Road, Wareham, Mass. 02571, to consider petition number 12-24 for a variance from the requirements of Article 11, Section 1172, under the Wareham zoning bylaws to Sign Design, Inc. of 170 Liberty Street, Brockton, Mass., seeking to install a new pylon sign for Rojo Car Wash located at 4 Tow Road, Wareham, Mass., which appears on Assessors Map 108, Lot 3A, in the Industrial Zoning District. So go ahead, tell us what you're up to.
Hi, Mr. Chair, and members of the board. My name is Marie Mercia. I am with Sign Design, the sign company in Brockton, Mass. Here with Rojo's, John from Rojo's.
Hi, good evening.
So we're looking to get a variance to put up this pylon sign on Tow Road. So it is set back 15 feet from the road, and we're looking for the size so he can get some visualization from Cranberry Highway. So when people are coming down Cranberry Highway, they're gonna be able to see the sign and come on in and get their car washed and be able to go into the entranceway on Tow Road. So we're just here looking to see if, we can get this sign and the size of the sign in. It is an illuminated sign. The first 3 panels, car wash, free vacuum, and Rojo's, is illuminated.
Internally, there's lights inside?
Internally.
Plastic panels over lights?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. We have a shroud on the bottom, shown by some landscaping. And it is there, just direct burial. The internal is the poles that we'll set and put the sign on over that. And like I said, we do have it set back from the street, so there's plenty of visibility when pulling in or out of the car wash, that it isn't blocking any visualization on the road.
Just another thing too, we kept the design similar to all my neighbors' signs, just to make it all look the same and similar, so we kept the design, 2 posts, shape and everything, just like the neighbors where Naria is, Popeyes, across the street, so we kept it all the same, just to keep it visually pleasing.
I'm going to apologize, because I was reading when you were speaking, so I'm going to ask you to say what you just said again.
No problem. We kept the sign just like our neighbors in size and appearance, so it kind of makes it, it's not just one standoff sign. It looks exactly like all the signs around there as well.
So when you say your neighbors, you're talking about Noria?
Naria, Popeyes, and across the street at the bank at Rockland. They're all the similar 2-post sign.
Okay. So here's the difference, and that's why you're here. Those signs front Route 28, and they're twice as big as your sign that doesn't front Route 28.
It's in the same zoning district. I'm still in that.
They're in the same zoning district, but the zoning bylaw says a freestanding sign shall not exceed 50 square feet of area when the establishment fronts on Route 28. And then it continues to say, or more than 25 square feet of area when the establishment fronts on the street other than Route 28. So you calling your property fronting 28 or fronting Tow Road? Your 4 Tow Road?
Town frontage is on 4 Tow Road. We have access through that lane.
So that's what's got you here tonight.
Yes.
So how many square feet is this sign?
It is,
Let's try to be real generous and just use the red, white, and black, not where it says 4 Tow Road with the, because that's a street number.
82 square feet.
How many?
82.
you're 82 and you're entitled to 25.
Yeah, what happened was too, is when we applied, we looked at the bylaw, and the bylaw allowed for 150. And what happened was, is I put we went the design, did the design, ordered it, and when I submitted the permit for a by right sign, I did it myself, the inspector said, you can't do it, it's need a variance, and I said, why? And the bylaw says you can do that, and what happened was, is the town's bylaws on the website were from 5 years ago, or 4 years ago, so
You got an old bylaw, and you got,
on the website, and then the
you're not
town,
the first guy to get hurt that
yeah, the
way.
town clerk then updated the website a month later and put the new bylaws on. So that's how we started here, and
Okay. So, are you guys following this? I'm kind of dominating all the questions. Either of you got any questions right now while?
No, you're answering them. I mean, I saw that it was 82.5.
I want to get out 1172 for my own edification. I'm not opposed to signs, but I feel somewhat of an obligation to kind of try to follow some of the rules. Like I try to drive mostly on the right-hand side of the road, but only.
and mostly the speed limit.
And, pardon me? And
Mostly the speed
I
limit?
consume all of the speed limit. 1172. Oh, it's longer than what's in this Article 11 signs, 1172. Give me a minute to read here, okay? I don't know if you guys have your bylaws with you, but total sign, unless otherwise hereinafter provided, total variable signs erected on a lot shall have 1.5 square feet in area for each of the building's face. What's the size of your car wash? The building?
It's about,
Can you see a picture? Yeah, I got pictures of my grandchildren, I got pictures of, from,
Pictures of Georgetown Road where they want to put the signs, Jim?
okay.
I'm not reading.
You're here about this. I just thought you wanted to see some pictures.
No,
Oh, come wheel right up here. Let me give you this. I will make you feel so important that you'll think you're part of the board.
share
Let me give you a whole,
thank you, that's.
no, because see, you guys are jibber jabbering over there. I want you to take this and not talk to him.
Oh, I don't know him. I wasn't.
That's right, and I don't want you to know him, because you talk to the board, you don't talk to him.
I'll grab it for you.
I'll give you this, and then you got everything that we've got. And that way, you know, I don't mean that you're interrupting, but you interrupted our meeting, and we'll give you a chance to speak. But usually it's when we invite you, not when you invite you.
Well, when you was talking to me.
You're interrupting again. We'll invite you to speak. So, the building, the car wash itself, width and length, for my...
it's around 6,000 square feet.
Well, yeah, but I'm reading something here about the 1.5 square feet in area per the face of the building, so I'm trying to figure out which side of the building.
It's about 50 feet wide and 150 feet long.
Yeah, so that would give you a real good-sized sign, that part of the rule.
Okay.
So, and then principal signs, no more than 2 principal signs for each business establishment, you're only putting up 1.
Correct,
And you're putting it on Tow Road.
correct.
You have the option, or they didn't, with your lease or tenancy?
On that land, but there's
There's a pylon out there and
pylon out there, correct, and I could put a little small one in there, but I don't own the sign. Popeyes owns that one.
you can get on it, but you can't get on it like this.
Correct.
Okay. Look, shade beyond the curb, you're good on all that, freestanding, actually 50 square feet. Okay, number 3 here is the one that we've got highlighted in our inspector's note here. Secondary signs, this isn't a secondary, it's not a directory, it's not an awning, it's not a temporary sale, it's not a sign painted on a window, it's not a sandwich board, it's not a window sign. So it's 1172.2.3 that's got you in here tonight. Otherwise, you'd be conforming. Do we agree? Do we, are we, okay. Okay. And it doesn't extend over a public way by any means.
No.
No.
If I look down Tow Road, I got the bank on my right, I got Noria on my left, I'm out on 28, I'm looking down Tow Road. I can see Cape Cod Gas, and you guys are kind of going to block my view of them with your sign. Is that about right?
No, because they have trees all, we can't see them anyway. They're all,
Okay,
they're
yeah,
all
but,
trees.
okay, so if they cut the trees down, you'd be blocking them, but just trying to figure where your sign's going to be. It's kind of, the road kind of curves.
No, because the road curves the opposite way. I don't think you would be blocking it.
Ah, it goes the other way.
Yeah.
You're on the other side of the curve.
Correct.
Okay, that's the way I'm asking. I'm trying
Yeah.
to paint it in my... Okay. So when they look down the street, this is going to be visible from the traffic lights.
Yes.
And you want to direct your traffic to come in through the controlled intersection opposed to coming in through that shared entrance where Popeyes
Yes.
and Noria, and you will all have access.
Correct.
But you really want them to come in, you want them to come in off 28, or do you want them to come in off Tow Road?
Tow Road.
You want them to come in off Tow, and how do you want them to leave? Same way?
Their choice, but Tow Roads give them an option to go left or right.
Gives them, yeah, exit through a controlled, what I like about your election to put the sign out on Tow Road and try to draw your traffic out on Tow Road is that it's drawing all your vehicular traffic, which is the only traffic you have,
Yes.
through a controlled intersection.
Correct.
So that has me, before I started looking at this, I was saying, they're entitled to 25 feet and they want 80. That's like 3 times. But it's really not, because you could stretch it and say you're fronting on 28, you know, looking at where you are. You guys following me?
I am, I know where they are.
Huh? You know exactly what, yeah, you follow what I'm saying? They're on 28, but they're, and they've got they're on the, so they're not really tripling what they're allowed, but they are going beyond what they're allowed. I'm sensitive to the fact that if you put a sign of only 50 square feet, which is where they want to put it, not only would I need new glasses, I'd need a magnifying glass too, to see it from the...
Yeah, you're not going to see it at all.
Yeah. So the idea of signs is to direct traffic. So I'm not terribly opposed to what you're asking for. I'm just trying to speak out loud here. Troy, do you have any questions?
No, I don't. I'm not opposed either, because I think that directing the traffic down Tow Road is a much better option than trying to get people off of 28 there. It's a cluster there with...
Yeah, I think, I think that yeah, okay, I think you and I agree on that we're helping. Veronica, do you have any questions or thoughts?
Well, I'm thinking that they're not on 28, they're on Tow Road. And I also think that establishment is very visible from 28 already. I don't think you miss it. You've got the gas station right there, which draws your eye. You immediately see that behind that. And the other thing about this is I would want to look at the area, see what the signs are currently, because then you have all those other establishments that are on Tow Road that are going to possibly come before us looking for a sign this size.
No, we're going to tell them we like the car wash, but we don't like them.
Yeah, so,
We
so I
can
do
play
have some
favorites. We're
reservations
allowed
on
to
the size.
play favorites,
And the fact that it's illuminated
No.
in addition
Yeah,
to
okay.
the size.
No, that's
Question,
why,
just one thing I want to, you can't see the car wash building from the intersection. Just, you can't. If you're at the intersection, you cannot see the building. So you have to pass Naria, then see it. The building's not visible from the intersection.
Yeah, because Nerea blocks it.
Naria blocks it.
If you're coming from,
Coming from the highway, from 495, and you're going in the Rockland Banks on your right, you cannot see the car wash building from the intersection.
if you're coming from the south heading north, it would be on your right. You wouldn't see the car wash.
I'll have to look at that, because
Yeah.
And actually, if you're coming out of Toby, you can kind of see it, but it's not really all that visible. I go that way every day.
So this rendering of where the sign will be, is that, oh, that's the back of Nori. I see it now, okay. Yeah, it's right where I thought it was gonna be. So there's even a couple trees, yeah. Okay, so you're entitled to the sign, you're entitled to the location. The only thing you're not entitled to by right is the size. You're here for size.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So, in a minute, I'm going to open it up to the public and hear. I'm pretty sure we have somebody here that would like to be heard. Before I do that, I'm going to suggest that we're probably going to want to continue to have either a full board or more board members. Right now, tonight, you'd need unanimous consent. And I don't anticipate you're going to get that because I heard somebody looking to want to drive by.
Okay.
So unless there's a real need to have that sign, that'd be my recommendation.
I agree. I mean, we want it because it hurts the business without it, but I also think it's more important that the board wants to be.
Yeah,
able to drive
yeah.
by,
In the
so-
meantime, Troy and I and Nazi and Richard can all drive by there and see if we feel as though there's going to be a problem or it's going to be... I personally feel signs that are hard to read are more detrimental than signs that are easy to see because it takes longer to read a small sign and so your eyes are off the road longer. That's, that's why I have a big phone, so that when I'm reading and when I'm driving,
All right, then we'll request to continue.
But before we entertain your request, I want to open this up to the public and see if there's anybody that would like to speak on for or against this application. Anybody online raising their hand, John? No, at this time. Okay.
Thank you. Brenda Ekstrom. I'm not here for or against. I came to ask the board a question. When you just said, and I'm not saying how anyone would vote, you just said that if it was unanimous, even though there's only 3 of you here, this board is made up of 5 members. So even with...
Is it? Thank you. Thank you
Please.
for edifying that for us.
I'm
It's
just
good that we
trying
have
to-
people that are willing to come and tell us how many members are on our board, because we're not smart enough to
You know
know
what?
it.
I'm not disrespectful to you. Please stop being
Well,
disrespectful.
you are being disrespectful when you come in here and tell me how many members are on my board, but go ahead, Brenda. Go ahead.
And I'm pretty sure that under the law, if you have a 5-member
I'm pretty sure you're
board-
wrong, because I spoke with Attorney Bowen before I came to this
And so
meeting
3
tonight.
members can
So you
do
can
it.
tell me what what you think the law is, but I'm telling you that I've checked. So if you're here to
And so there
correct
is-
us, please sit down.
So
Sorry,
there is no...
point of order, please.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, respectfully, I would like to hear what Mrs. Ekstrom has to say without interruption, just so she can get it out and we can...
Yeah, get it out. Get it off your chest.
Thank you. I worked in a zoning department for 5 years in another town with a 5-member board. So perhaps that town ran it wrong. I very well may have. But if a zoning board has 5 members, if it's a variance, 4 out of 5 members have to vote on it. If the board is not here, you can certainly hear it. But one of the other two members, or if you have associates, one out of those four have to review the minutes or the video and sign the Mullins law saying that they have done it and they are prepared to vote on it. So that variance would get 4 out of 5 votes. I could be wrong. I did not speak to this town council for it, but I have had many years of experience. I certainly understand what they're trying to do. I don't live over that side of town. I know exactly where they're talking about, and I know that this piece of property, if I'm not mistaken, when it was subdivided, originally it was all on Cranberry Highway, and then they subdivided it into all those lots. So I have no opinion one way or the other. I'm not trying to manipulate 88 square feet down to an adjustable 50 square feet or anything. I'm just telling you what I thought the law was. And I would appreciate if you spoke to him, maybe it should be in writing to all the board members, and it should be spoken before the meeting or before each hearing, so that every person in the audience is aware of it. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I will return this to you so that you can give it to whichever member that you believe doesn't need to see it.
Mrs. Ekstrom, thank you for your points, and we'll look into it.
So do you have any other questions? And you would like to request a continuance?
Please.
Okay. The applicant has asked for a continuance. You guys in favor? or-
I'll make a motion to continue till, why don't,
The next
do
available?
we want to do the 22nd so that chair can be here, or what, I don't know.
The chair would be here on the 22nd, he won't be here on the 8th.
Right.
Do you want to have our chair here?
Sure,
Calmer heads will prevail?
sure.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Motion to the 22nd.
So the
22nd?
motion is to continue to May, what was the date?
22nd?
22nd.
22. In favor, Troy?
Aye.
Veronica?
Aye.
Myself, aye. It's continued.
Thank you.
That's it.
Appreciate it, guys.
You're welcome.
Good luck with your sign. We'll see you on the 22nd.
Appreciate it. Look forward to it.
Thank you.
Do we have any other business?
Nope.
Anything you want to discuss? Any monkey business? Any zoning business? Then
I don't.
we need a motion to, what? You have a thought?
No, I don't. I have
You have a
nothing.
thought? I had a thought one time.
Have we
It
found any
escapes me.
associate members yet?
Pardon me?
Yeah, that is a discussion I think that needs to really be had, because we're in this situation. And like I said, I know that we had Mr. Conti go before the select board, I think with an application, and I don't know what came of that, but we need people, so I think, we have to start pushing to,
Did you find out anything?
I've asked a few
You did.
people.
Veronica, when I went in to sign something last week, I went up with Sonia to the selectman's office, because we were trying to figure out what my extension and all that was for. And we asked about Mr. Conti, and what did they tell you?
Yes, so Ms. Judy Wayside is looking into it. Apparently, we have a staggering issue, and she is looking into all of that, and she will get back to me. She's going to look at Mr. Conti's application, and I will have some information for you guys at the next meeting.
all right, because I spoke with him, and I know that he is still interested, he would go and do another application, but, he also doesn't want to waste his time, but this board desperately needs people.
Yeah, I've talked to a few people, too.
Yeah, I've talked to my neighbor. He's going to look at other boards, but not this one. So,
Yeah, planning board is desperate, this board's
I think
desperate,
so.
so
I
we're
don't know.
hurting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess the planning board's getting thin, too.
Yeah, we're hurting. Come June.
We've got to start.
Sure, you may. You want to say your name again and everything, because,
And sure, Brenda Ekstrom. The other hearing that was being done tonight, that was the one I was here for, too, Sarah Beth. Was that continued? Is it for till next meeting or the following meeting? Do we know? I'm sorry, I missed that.
that's all right, that's all right. It's
May
May 8th,
May 8th?
May 8th, next meeting.
Great, thank you very much.
And that may get continued again, but I'd be here on the 8th, because we'll have a 4-member board
4 members, yeah.
on the 8th, but we will not have a 5-member board on the 8th.
Okay, all right,
But, if you have something to say, get here on the 8th.
okay,
We'll open it.
all
I
right.
mean, we'll, 4 members will be here.
Yeah, so there may be discussion.
All right, thank you very much, I appreciate it. Have a good night.
You too, thanks.
Yep.
Anything else?
I don't think so.
We could, nobody we can pick apart. Ken Buckland, it's his fault. Somebody, Paul Turner did something bad. Isn't there somebody we can pick on a public forum? We've got all this time. Sonia Raposo,
Oh, what did Sonia say she wants to join the board? Oh, she can't.
What's that? She can't be on the
can't.
board. She,
I don't live in town.
the closest we can get her is, maybe, what's that? Not the pasta house. What's that place that likes to serve a lot of spaghetti there? They have that meal, Tour of Italy.
Town Tavern?
In Wareham or
Everybody keeps saying we need one in Wareham.
Oh, Olive Garden?
Bacardi's?
Oh, Olive Garden.
We
yeah.
do not
Olive
have an
Garden.
Olive Garden in
No.
town.
Sonia's the reason we can't have an Olive Garden. It's her fault. Thank you, everybody, for paying attention. I think we can make a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor? Troy?
Aye.
Veronica?
Aye.
Myself, aye. We're adjourned. Thank you.
I don't even like Italian.